Hey, we're back with Andrew WK, lead singer of Marky Ramone and the what?
Blitzkrieg.
Marky Ramone's Blitzkrieg.
That's right.
34 Ramone songs coming at you in a crazy Blitzkrieg kind of style. Now, you're also a motivational speaker. Explain how you got into that. Like, what's the deal there?
Well, Artie, my whole profession has really been reduced to partying. Not that you would know anything about that.
Right. It kind of has. It's become cliche.
Well, I just thought, like, what is the word that I can use to communicate to everybody this feeling of joy and excitement and pleasure that I want to get out into the world and also feel myself.
Sure.
And, you know, rock and roll music, of course, is a great way to do that.
Always is.
Be on the radio here and having some fun and some laughs, that's a great way. And also trying to pump people up in a lecture of university or, you know, a seminar, that works too. So I started doing lectures, that's all.
So it's a lecture situation.
It was. It was also slightly inspired by Dan Foley.
Okay.
No, pardon me, Mick Foley. No, Dan Foley. No, Mick, you know what? Both of them.
Mick and Dan Foley.
Yes.
It's odd that both of those guys get together.
Well, Mick Foley, of course, is the wrestler, also known as Mankind.
I know.
And then
who's Dan Foley?
Dan Foley, I believe, is the character that Chris Farley played, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's Matt Foley.
Yeah, that's Matt
Dan Foley was my second
Matt
grade
Foley
teacher.
is the motivational speaker.
He is, and
I am thrice divorced, and I live in a van down by the right. John, Mike,
Wow.
you can do that, Mike, right?
I can't mimic him. He's
Try
genius.
it. Try it real quick. Say you live in a van down by the river.
I live in a van down by the river.
Horrible.
I know. Chris is like unbelievable.
No, that was. I mean, but John, you look like you could do a good Chris Farley.
I can't. Not at all. I can't do imitations. You said your dad was changing the subject. You said
Go
your
right ahead. Go right ahead, Captain Segway.
Your dad teaches at Michigan, and
Yes.
is that what helped you get into the public speaking lecture thing?
well, initially, that's what actually drove me to rock music, because he wanted me to follow in his academic footsteps, and I said that I can't do that. So I moved away from Ann Arbor, where you actually had lived for quite some time.
That's right. He's
Couple
from
years,
Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
So I said, I got to get out of here.
You know what drove Mike Borchetti to comedy was his mother.
Okay.
I took him to the club.
Oh, boy.
Still does, actually. If he can't get a ride, you drove him to the club. But so Ann Arbor, but I did stand up in Ann Arbor on the campus of Michigan. That is impressive, man.
It's a strange town.
I mean, it is. It's all college, but it's impressive. I like it.
It's radical.
Beautiful women too.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Oh,
right.
gee whiz. Yeah, no, it for a smaller Midwestern town, it really it has that radical streak.
Yeah.
Now, you know, a great legacy. All southeastern Michigan has a great legacy for intense music as well.
It does.
And I was fortunate enough to grow up there and benefit from that before I got the urge and the itch to move to New York City.
There is so much. You bring up a good point. There is so much great music
Unbelievable.
from Michigan.
Doesn't make any sense.
Bob
He's
Seger.
from Ann Arbor.
Who?
Bob Seger's from Ann Arbor.
I just said Bob Seger.
Yeah, I
Bob
know.
Seger.
Oh, wow, he's unbelievable.
Buy me a Coke.
You know who's
No,
from Ann
Bob
Arbor?
Seger's on the and of course, well, who else? Dad.
Well, Kid Rock.
Kid Rock, Eminem.
Eminem, yeah.
You got Journey, right? The band Journey is from Michigan.
I don't know about
I think
that.
they're from Detroit.
Okay, you know what? I'll claim him. Let's
And then you got all of Motown.
I think, yeah, of course, Motown. I think, who else?
this new
Tony
guy-
Bennett, I think, is from Ann Arbor.
This new guy I just got into, Rodriguez.
Really?
Rodriguez.
You serious?
Mexican-American from Detroit, put out 2 amazing albums in the early 70s, got forgotten in this country.
The
And
guitarist.
then, yeah, got forgotten in this country completely. And then somehow his music made it over to South Africa.
Oh, wow.
He became like Elvis in South Africa. And about 15 years ago,
Okay,
went there to
right.
do concerts. There's a documentary that just won the Oscar for
Yes.
that, called Searching for Sugar Man.
Yeah.
He looks amazing.
Yeah, okay. I just saw him at the Beacon Theater. You do yourself a favor. Run, do not walk. To get on DVD Searching for Sugar Man about Rodriguez. It'll blow your mind.
I was actually at a Midtown building for an interview with Marky Ramone.
Okay.
And we saw him. He crossed us. We thought, oh, that's somebody.
Yeah, no,
that guy has an intense
But
vibe.
when you hear his story, I'm not going to do it justice, but he basically put out these 2 records in the early 70s, didn't make any money. He went back to working as a laborer, like literally demolition house type stuff, where he's picking up concrete and loading trucks for 25 years. And then he gets contacted by a music store owner in South Africa who says, you know, could you come here and do a concert? Because you're bigger than Elvis here. Because of apartheid in the 70s, he never knew about it.
Wow.
And went over there and was selling out 7,000-seat theaters.
He can't believe it.
He couldn't believe it. It's
Yeah.
like the extraordinary documentary. So a lot of good music. And
Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop's another one.
I got to say that because
Now-
he's from Ann Arbor proper too, or Ypsilanti.
And of course, Ted Nugent, the Nuge. Who can forget him, man? Who can
No,
forget?
you can't forget him. Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
Radical. No one else is like them. That's for sure.
I love ICP.
Me too.
Now, stick around. Can you stick around for another segment?
I would love to.
Please, because I want to
Wow.
hear about everywhere you're going.
Thank you.
And the whole spiel. Andrew WK going out with Marky Ramone's Blitzkrieg. We'll be back with the Artie Lange Show.